Hello, I'm Charlie Hicks-Moore, and I am at the San Dieguito Heritage Museum today, and I am looking at the building that will become the Main Street building, and I'm going to get a tour from Evelyn Widener, who's a longtime member and a board member.
Hello, Charlie.
Hi, Evelyn. How are you?
Hi, come on into this building that's going to be absolutely perfect in no time at all. This is what's going to be our rotating exhibit space. We've got a handicapped access bathroom, we've got a computer room, and the outside is going to become transformed into looking like what Main Street looked like in the 40s and 50s. That Main Street we all remember and love. So come on in here and we're going to take a look at this space here that Charlie's going to show you. This is going to be for rotating exhibits. Exhibits that we can have in for 3 months, and the first one is going to be old time radios. And who doesn't have a wonderful memory of their first radio? And we can do so much fun things with that. Then we'll have that up for 3 months. Then we're going to offer it to another community nonprofit so they can use the space for a month. So we'll be helping the community at the same time as we're helping ourselves. After we have those exhibits, it's going to bring in people and we're going to be able to share history. One of the projects we're working on is called Flowers, Farms, and Families, to capture the history and the stories of all the growers and farmers that were here. Some are still here, but a lot of them have been sold for houses. And so I'm going to show you a computer room that's going to become the discovery room, where people can come in and sit down and see and hear the stories and the history of the flowers and the farmers that were here and the families that were here and are still here before those memories are lost forever. Come on in, Charlie. Let me show you that room.
Okay.
Over here on this side, we're going to have a desk, a computer, and a big screen. So people can come in here and they can log into the computer and they'll be able to read and see and hear the voices of all of the history that's stored here. And that history is going to be there for all the future generations that are going to come. And we're going to be able to add content to it as things come and go. This is going to be a treasure house of a computer room. But of course, we don't have enough money yet, so we're going to have to raise that money for the computer and the programs and the desks and the stuff for all the exhibits. But we're going to do it because we all believe that history and the stories behind the history are worth keeping.
Well, great. Evelyn, I think this is really cool. And I was here with you the other day. How many volunteers were here on Sunday, February 22nd?
Yes. We had the Presbyterian work day where they didn't go to church, they're out working. We had about 28 volunteers here, and they were cleaning up this whole space. They were working on the Tatum house. They scrubbed the bathroom till it was totally clean. They just did all sorts of painting and things. And we have a number of volunteers, including our construction foreman here, that are volunteering their time and their money and their efforts because they believe also that history is important to keep and preserve and make it interesting. It's got to be interesting for the kids and the people that come. It can't just be boring. And we are never boring here. That's not in our vocabulary. So it's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun. And we're going to go in there and show you what the Main Street is going to look like when we get that facade on the outside. So come on, Charlie, let's go in the office and see. I'll show you what it's going to look like.
Thanks, Evelyn. Let's do that.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, Evelyn. Can you tell me what's going to go on with the Main Street exhibit?
You bet I can, Charlie. After we get those ugly siding off and some new fireproof siding on, we'll have a false facade front that's going to be donated by the Palomar College Theater Arts Department. They're going to do the work, thank you. And it's going to end up looking like Main Street looked in 1940s, 50s, 60s, and some of them look the same way now. It'll be one of these two or a blend of storefronts that look like used to look, including an extra door to go into the bathroom, and then people can come in the emporium and see the exhibits that are there for today. And there's the computer room, and they'll get a chance to see it, and it'll finish up our timeline from, the old days to the 1940s, 50s, up to the 80s, and for lots of main streets, it's the way they still look today. But it's going to be a really good addition to our whole outside timeline, and we're excited. We just have to raise a little bit of money.
Very good. So, in our crowdfunding efforts, what we want to do is get $2,500 or more.
Yes,
But the
more.
first $2,500 will definitely go to the Main Street exhibit.
Yes. And then everybody can come and take a look and say, some of my money is right here. And of course, we're going to have a Main Street Owners Association for the bigger donors. And we'll have an association owners meeting once a year. And the bigger ones will even have a say in, well, why aren't we going to do this exhibit? Because we're looking for exciting ideas for exhibits. We've got them lined up, but we always can use new exhibit ideas, because that's the idea again, to show history and the stories behind the history in a way that is exciting.
Thank you very much for taking me on this tour, Evelyn.
Thank you for coming.
Have a good day.
You too.